If life had a sense of humour, then that particular Monday morning was its biggest joke yet. Because that was the day Lily Thompson, a 16-year-old girl with the sharp mind of a scholar and the stomach of someone who had not tasted real food in 2 days, quietly admitted, "Life has finally finished me." It wasn't a dramatic declaration screamed into the sky. No, she muttered it the Nigerian way, tired, calm, very defeated. But let's rewind. Let's go back to where the Wahala started erupting like Lagos traffic. Lily before thunder struck. Lily wasn't always like this, dragging her slippers across dusty streets like someone rehearsing for a sad Nigerian movie. She used to be the pride of her mother, Mrs. Amelia Thompson, a single parent with the resilience of 3 women and the determination of a military commander. Amelia raised her daughter with one hand and fought life with the other. 2 jobs, no husband, no relatives, no helper, just vibes and survival spirit. Still, she made sure Lily went to school. And Lily? Sharp girl. The type of student who asks teachers hard questions like, "Ma, why is the angle obtuse and not confused?" People respected Amelia. Some even feared her. A few loved her. But everybody agreed she was a warrior. Until life showed her pepper, fresh, hot Yoruba pepper. Lily was in JSS 3 when she heard the first loud thud from their small kitchen. "Mummy!" she shouted, rushing in. She found Amelia on the floor, hands shaking, sweat everywhere, eyes barely open. Lily's heart jumped the way generator jumps when fuel finishes. "Mummy, talk to me!" Amelia forced a smile, the type of smile that says, "I'm pretending, but death is tapping my shoulder." "My daughter, I'm fine. Maybe I stood up too fast." But that lie didn't last long. Days passed. The weakness increased, the pains doubled, the hospital became their second home. And then the doctor opened his mouth and dropped the bomb. Kidney failure, dialysis, transplant, plenty money, another plenty money, extra plenty money. And money was something Amelia definitely didn't have in plenty. Just like that, life reset like phone with low battery. Business collapsed, savings disappeared, furniture sold, rent couldn't be paid, school fees, forget it. Education paused like a frozen movie. They ended up in an abandoned building, one so rough that even cockroaches had resigned and relocated. Now, back to the morning that started everything. Lily woke up hungry, not normal hunger, not "I skipped breakfast" hunger. This was the kind of hunger that makes someone consider chewing breeze. But her mother lay inside the corner they called home, looking fragile like a paper that touched water. Lily whispered, "Mummy, I'm coming. I'll find something." Because at 16, instead of thinking of school or exams, she was out looking for food so her mother wouldn't starve. She walked the streets slowly, carefully, under the Lagos sun that had no mercy. Begged, "Auntie, please, anything you can help me with." Some ignored her like she was part of the environment. Some gave her that pity look that says, "I wish I could help, but I'm broke spiritually and physically." A man hissed as hunger was contagious. One woman pretended she didn't hear her. Another walked past her like Lily was invisible scenery. Her heart felt heavy, her throat tight, her stomach louder than a generator. But she kept walking. "I must find something for Mummy," she whispered again. After almost giving up, Lily reached a small roadside food stall. Not fancy, not shiny, but clean and warm, smelling like rice, beans, stew, and pure hope mixed together. Smoke curled from a pot outside like it was inviting her personally. Her stomach responded immediately, "My dear, if you don't enter here, we are fighting." Lily hesitated. She didn't want to beg here too. The young woman selling food looked busy but kind, the type who scolds children but ends up giving them extra meat. The stall felt safe, warm, human. Lily walked closer cautiously, like someone approaching destiny for the first time. She saw a small wooden bench beside the shop. She lowered herself onto it gently, quietly, like a tired bird landing after a long flight. She placed her hands on her knees. She didn't speak. She didn't beg. She just sat there, hoping, waiting and praying that for once life would look at her and say, "Okay, fine, let me help you small." inside that tiny roadside food shop, Bleesing Benson was doing what she did best, fighting poverty with one spoon of stew at a time. She moved from table to table, collecting plates with the speed of a Lagos waiter and the sigh of someone who hadn't slept enough. The shop was small, so small that if two fat customers entered at the same time, one would have to breathe in. But it was hers. Her sweat, her tears, her dream. She was only 26, yet life had already handed her a full curriculum of adulthood. Rent stress, bills that refused to reduce, and a silent ambition to return to school someday before her brain expired. Every morning she told herself, "Blessing, you must not die poor. Even if poverty is stubborn, you too are stubborn." After the morning rush, she stepped outside with a bowl of soapy water, rolled up her sleeves, and began washing plates the way Nollywood actors wash plates when they're about to cry. Everything was normal. Until something caught her eye. A girl. Not just a girl. This one looked like life had slapped her, pushed her, and asked her to pay transport fare. She was sitting quietly on the wooden bench beside the shop. Her clothes looked warm but clean. Her hair was rough, but her posture was calm, too calm. And her eyes looked tired in the way only people who have truly suffered look tired. Blessing froze. "Who be this girl?" she murmured. "Is she lost, or is life just dealing with her anyhow?" She placed the plate back into the bowl, wiped her wet hands on her apron, and walked slowly toward the mysterious stranger. When she reached her, she bent a little. "Hello, dear," she said softly. "My name is Blessing. What's your name?" The girl looked up slowly, like someone whose spirit left and returned halfway. "My name is Lily," she said. Her voice was quiet, gentle, too mature for a 16-year-old. Nora gave a small smile. "Lily, why are you sitting here all alone? You did wait for somebody." Lily rubbed her fingers together, looked down and whispered, "I'm hungry." That was it. No dramatic speech, no story, just hunger talking through a tired throat. Blessing's heart melted like butter on hot bread. She could tell this wasn't the kind of hunger caused by skipping breakfast. No, this one was deeper, like the type that makes someone calculate if chewing air is possible. Without asking more questions, Blessing spun around and marched into her shop. "Ah, this girl must eat," she whispered. She served a warm plate of rice and stew, the kind that smelled like hope and emotional healing. Then she brought it outside. "Here you go, Lily. Eat first." Lily's eyes brightened just for a second, but it was enough to melt anybody's heart. "Thank you, Ma." But instead of eating immediately, she lifted her head slowly and asked, "Ma, do you have nylon or small takeaway pack?" Blessing blinked. "Takeaway? For who?" "Why?" Blessing asked gently. Lily held the plate carefully, almost protectively. "I want to take it home for my mum." That was when something inside Blessing's chest tightened the way bra straps tighten when you're running. She didn't understand everything yet, but she could see truth written all over the girl's trembling hands. "Wait," Blessing said softly. She went inside, packed the food neatly into a takeaway pack, tied it gently and returned. "Here, hold it well." Lily collected it like it was pure gold. "Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much." And without warning, she stood and took off running. Not fast like someone afraid, but fast like someone who didn't want hope to expire. Bleesing watched her from the doorway. Where is she even running to like that? She wondered. What is this girl hiding? Something about Lily refused to leave her mind, almost as if that girl carried a story too heavy for her age. Lily ran until she reached the old abandoned building she and her mother called home. She slipped inside, pushed the wooden board they used as a door, and whispered, "Mummy, I'm back." Her mother, Amelia Thompson, lay on the thin mat in the corner, fragile like paper left in the rain. Her eyes were half open. She looked too tired to even breathe. "Mummy, look," Lily softly, placing the food beside her. She grabbed their plastic plate, washed it with the little water they had, and dished out a portion into it. Then she sat beside her mother. "Mummy, please eat." Amelia tried lifting her hand but couldn't, so Lily fed her gently, one spoon at a time, watching her mother swallow slowly like each movement cost energy. When Amelia finally whispered, "Thank you, my daughter," Lily blinked fast to hide her tears. "Eat small more, mummy," she said, her voice breaking. After feeding her, she gave her water carefully, then wiped her mouth gently, the same way Amelia used to do for her when she fell sick as a child. Only after her mother was settled did Lily finally eat her own portion. Not on the mat, not close to her mother. She sat at the other corner of the room on the bare, dusty floor, eating like someone who wasn't sure if tomorrow would bring food again. She missed school, she missed wearing uniform, she missed laughing with friends, but sickness, poverty, and life had given her no choice. Her childhood had been stolen. She was now her mother's caretaker, at just 16. Later in the evening, Amelia's faint voice broke the silence. "Lily, where did you get the food?" Lily sat beside her and held the tied nylon. "Mummy, I saw one small shop by the road. I was tired, so I sat outside. The woman there, she saw me. Her name is Blessing. I told her I was hungry. She gave me food. I asked for pack so I can bring it home for you." Amelia's eyes filled instantly with tears. "God bless that woman," she whispered. "May she never suffer, may she never lack." Lily touched her hand gently. "Mummy, please don't cry, I'm here." They held each other tightly, mother and daughter, two broken souls supporting each other in the dark. Slowly, sleep carried them away. Blessing Benson dragged herself into her tiny one-room apartment that evening, the way a tired market woman drags a stubborn goat, slow, stressed, and slightly annoyed at life. She kicked the door softly with her leg, stepped inside, and dropped her bag on her wobbly wooden chair that looked like it had signed a contract with suffering. "Ah, my back!" she groaned as she stretched. So this is how God wants to test me this week? No Wahala I day here." Her whole body ached, her feet were screaming, even her eyelashes were tired. But still she reached for her bag again and pulled out the few crumpled notes she made at the shop. She dragged her big old saving box from behind the shelf, a box that had seen both joy and heartbreak, the kind of box that would cry if it had feelings. Blessing slipped the money in one note at a time, talking to it like it was a stubborn child. "Please grow. I beg, grow quick, I'm begging you." Rent was waiting for her like a landlord's spirit. Her dream of returning to school was sitting in her future like, "Pick me, pick me." Life was moving, but her bank account, standing still like a statue. When she finished, she pushed the saving box back, lay on her thin mattress that had collected its own pension for long service, and stared at the ceiling. The room was hot. The bulb was flickering like it was doing TikTok dance challenge. Blessing's thoughts wandered everywhere. How will I pay rent next month? When will I save enough to go back to school? Why is adulthood like bandits, always attacking without warning? Her eyes got watery. She wiped them quickly. "Blessing, don't cry. If you cry, your enemies will be happy," she muttered to herself. Then suddenly a face flashed into her mind. Lily Thompson. The 16-year-old girl she saw the other day, thin, tired, yet pretending to be strong, her soft voice, her old clothes, her eyes that looked like they were hiding a story that could make a grown person cry. Blessing sat up slightly. "That girl is carrying a secret. I can smell trouble from afar." She remembered Lily asking for a takeaway pack and rushing off like someone was chasing her with broom. Blessing sighed. "God, wherever that girl is, protect her." With that silent prayer, she turned to one side and allowed sleep to drag her away. The next morning, somewhere on the other side of town, Lily Thompson stepped out of the old, unfinished building she called home. Her clothes were the same as yesterday. Her stomach was empty again. Her eyes looked tired. But she whispered to herself, "I must find food for Mommy and me today. I must." She started walking on the road, talking to strangers like a shy beggar who didn't want to be one. "Please, Auntie, Anything you can help me with? The woman looked at her like she was gum that stuck to someone's shoe. Please shift jaw, the woman snapped. Lily moved to a man wearing fine suit. Sir, please, I'm hungry. The man hissed, entered his car, and zoomed off like she was trying to steal his destiny. She moved to another person. Please, uncle, come off a road, the man barked. Some ignored her, some frowned. Some looked at her with pity but still did nothing. The sun was boiling, her throat was dry, her hope was shrinking, but she kept moving. She had to. Her mother, Amelia Thompson, was waiting at home, sick, weak, unable to even sit up properly. Lily could not return empty-handed. Meanwhile, Blessing Benson was serving customers, smiling like everything was easy. It wasn't. But if she didn't smile, customers would say she had a bad attitude. Every few minutes, she glanced at the road. Where is that girl now? Is she coming today? Hope nothing happened to her? She tried to focus on work, but her mind kept wandering. God, please keep that girl safe, oh. The day dragged on. Customers came, ate, left. Still no Lily. By evening, Lily was walking like her legs were borrowed. She hadn't gotten even a single coin. She wanted to cry, but her tears were probably tired too. She whispered, Mummy will be waiting, and I'm going home with nothing. Then, Blessing's face flashed in her mind. The kind woman from yesterday. The one who didn't shout. The one who didn't chase her away. The one who gave her food like she was giving her a blessing. Should I go back there? Lily murmured to herself. She was scared. She didn't want to be a burden. But hunger didn't care about pride. She turned towards Blessing's shop, dragging her feet slowly. She prayed as she walked. Please let her be there. Please, God. She didn't know Blessing had been thinking about her all day too. When Lily arrived, she tried to pretend she was just passing by. She stood near the corner, looking around like she was searching for network. Blessing spotted her instantly. Lily, she called. Lily turned, her tired face brightened a little. Good evening, Ma. Blessing wiped her hands and came closer. Where have you been since morning? You disappeared like Nepa light. Lily looked down at her fingers, embarrassed. I was walking around. I was begging people. I wanted to find something for me and my mother. Blessing's heart squeezed painfully. Your mother? How is she? Lily swallowed hard. She's not okay. She can't stand for long. She lies down every day. The doctor said she needs treatment, but we don't have money for anything. Blessing sighed deeply. When life decides to stress somebody, it does not even pity the person. She placed a soft hand on Lily's shoulder. Listen, Lily, you don't have to wander around like this every day. From now on, come here. I will be keeping food for you and your mother. Lily's eyes widened. For every day? Yes, Blessing said firmly. Every single day. I may not be rich, but I will not let you two starve. God forbid bad thing. Lily blinked fast, trying not to cry. Thank you, Ma. Thank you. Wait here, Blessing said. She packed 2 nylon bags of food, one for Lily, one for Amelia. But when she returned, she paused. She noticed Lily's lips trembling, her legs shaking, her stomach growling small like a distant thunder. You haven't eaten all day, have you? Lily opened her mouth, but the answer was obvious. Blessing pulled out her own dinner plate, the same plate she had planned to eat. She placed it in front of Lily. Sit down and eat. Now. No argument. If you faint here, your ghost will blame me. Lily gave a tiny smile and sat. She ate slowly, small bites, like she didn't want the food to finish too fast. Blessing watched her quietly, her heart breaking and warming at the same time. She whispered to herself, what kind of life has this girl lived that she eats like she's apologizing to the food? And for the first time she realized something. Lily didn't just need food. She needed care, support, love, a human being who would stand beside her. And without planning it, Blessing Benson was becoming that person. Lily Thompson walked home like someone carrying national treasure. The 2 nylon bags Blessing Benson gave her were clutched so tightly in her hands, you would think she was holding the keys to heaven. Her legs were tired, her head was spinning, small spin. But her heart? Her heart was dancing shoki, because at least she had something for her mother. The road to the abandoned building they called home was quiet, except for the occasional Okada zooming past like Formula One racers. Lily pushed the wooden board they used as door. "Mom, I'm back." Amelia Thompson lifted her head slowly. She looked fragile, like a candle flame fighting breeze. "Welcome, my Lily," she whispered. Lily knelt beside her and proudly dropped the 2 nylon bags. "Mommy, see what I brought? Auntie Blessing helped me today again. She said I can come every day." Amelia's tired eyes widened. "Auntie who?" "Auntie Blessing, the woman that owns the food shop I told you about. She gave me food again. Mommy, she said I should stop begging on the road. She said I should come to her instead." Amelia covered her mouth with a shaking hand. Tears gathered instantly. "Come closer, my child." Lily moved close, and Amelia took her hand gently, hands weak but filled with love. "May God bless that woman," she prayed softly. "May her blessings multiply like pure water sachets in Lagos traffic. That woman is heaven sent." Lily smiled shyly. They opened one nylon bag and ate together in silence filled with gratitude and small joy. After eating, Amelia leaned back on her mat. "This Blessing, she must have a very kind heart," she murmured. Lily nodded quickly. "She treats me like I matter. She talks to me like I'm not just a poor girl on the street." Amelia smiled sadly. "You deserve kindness, my daughter. You deserve the world." That same night, other side of town. Blessing Benson lay on her bed like a tired superstar. Her tiny room was lit by one bulb that flickered as if it was gossiping with darkness. She hugged her pillow and stared at the ceiling, but instead of thinking about her rent or her school dreams, or that wicked landlord that always walked like he owned the planet, her mind drifted to one person. Lily, that girl's thin hands, her tired eyes, her quiet voice, her determined spirit. Which kind 16-year-old carries this much suffering? Blessing whispered to herself. She remembered how Lily ate earlier, as if she was afraid the food would disappear. Blessing shook her head. "Omo, hunger is wicked-o." She turned on her side. "I wish I could do more, something bigger." And for the first time in a long time, her own problems faded into background noise. Tonight, her heart carried only one worry: Lily Thompson. A girl whose life was about to link with hers in a way she didn't see coming. 3 weeks later, life quietly adjusted itself. Every day, Lily came to the food shop, sometimes early morning, sometimes afternoon, but she came, and every day Blessing kept her promise: rice, beans, yam, sometimes even small meat when Blessing was feeling generous or when business wasn't trying to disgrace her. Blessing started talking to Lily like friends. "How was your night? Did Mom eat well? Hope your tummy isn't doing strong thing today?" Lily answered honestly, because Blessing made her feel safe. Soon, Lily started helping around the shop. Whenever Blessing turned her back, Lily was already washing plates or sweeping one corner like it was her destiny. Blessing always complained. "Ah, Lily, are you planning to collect my shop from me? Sit down, jar!" But Lily would smile and say, "You help me too, let me help you." Blessing would roll her eyes dramatically. "You stubborn like 10 goats." And Lily would laugh, a soft, shy laugh Blessing had grown to love. At home, every evening Lily reached home, she would sit beside Amelia and gist her about everything that happened. "Mommy, today Auntie Blessing gave me jollof rice." "Mommy, she said I'm stubborn." "Mommy, I washed plates today." "Mommy, she is so kind." Amelia always smiled with misty eyes. "Bless that woman, Lord. She doesn't even know she's saving us." Then it happened. One afternoon, Blessing was packing Lily's take-home food when she suddenly paused. "Lily, can I meet your mother one day? I want to check on her." Lily's eyes widened. You want to come to my house?" Blessing chuckled. "And now? Or do you live in the sky?" Lily laughed. "Okay, I'll tell Mommy." That evening, Lily ran home, her spirit on high speed. "Mommy! Mommy, Mommy! Auntie Blessing wants to see you. She wants to come here. Amelia sat up a little surprised. Me? Why? Hope I didn't offend her. Lily almost choked from laughing. No, Mommy, she just wants to know how you're doing. Amelia nodded slowly. Tell her she is welcome anytime. I would love to meet the woman feeding my child. Oh, my bad, the woman feeding us. 2 days later, Blessing Benson closed her shop earlier, something she hardly ever did. She wore a simple gown, carried an extra food pack, small provisions, and waited for Lily. When he finished sweeping her usual corner, Blessing smiled. Ready? Yes, Ma. Blessing held Lily's hand gently as they walked through the dusty road. By the time they reached the abandoned building, Blessing's heart was beating fast. God, what will I see inside? Lily pushed the board door. Inside was a dim, small room with one thin mat, 2 buckets, and an atmosphere that smelled of poverty mixed with strength. Amelia looked up, managed a small smile, and whispered, You must be the Blessing my daughter talks about. Blessing knelt slightly. Yes, Ma, I brought some things. It's not much, but I hope it helps. Amelia's eyes filled with tears instantly. Thank you. Thank you so much. God will bless you. Blessing moved closer and held Amelia's weak hand. Ma, you raised a good daughter, and I promise you, you people are not alone. For the first time in a long time, Amelia felt hope wash over her like warm water. And Blessing felt something shift inside her. She didn't know it yet, but from this day forward, her life and Lily's life were no longer stories running beside each other. They were now stories gently winding into one. 2 years later, far away from Nigeria, inside one ridiculously luxurious private jet, a handsome man sat quietly like someone rehearsing for a billionaire movie role. The cabin lights were soft, golden, and expensive looking, the kind of light that makes even ordinary people look rich. But this man wasn't ordinary. He was Adams Thompson. His suit was sharp enough to cut onions, his wristwatch was shining like it had no respect for electricity bill, and his wine glass looked like it cost someone's rent. But his eyes? Those eyes were not smiling. They were far, far away. Adams stared out of the jet window as clouds passed under them like confused passengers. He sighed, the way rich men sigh when the problem isn't money. I'm finally going back home, he muttered. Yes, Adams, the once broke young man who left Nigeria with nothing but love in his heart and one pair of shoes, was now the co-founder of a global tech empire. A whole billionaire in dollars. Their app was trending worldwide, money was flowing, investors were begging. But peace? Zero. Because inside that billionaire heart of his, one name had refused to leave, Amelia. Back then he fondly called her my love. The same woman who gave him love when he had nothing but empty pockets and big dreams. Adams touched his chest gently. Amelia, I hope you're fine, he whispered. When he first travelled, he and Amelia used to talk every day. Morning prayer call, afternoon I miss you, night sleep well my love. Then tragedy struck. His phone got stolen. Not just lost, stolen by someone who probably sold it with all his hopes and dreams inside it. He lost every contact. He tried to find Amelia. Nothing worked. I'm sorry, Amelia. I really tried, he murmured. He closed his eyes, remembering her smile, her voice, the way she believed in him even when no one else did. He had no idea that the same woman was now sick, broken, and living in an unfinished building with their teenage daughter. Yes, Lily Thompson, now 18 years old. Smart girl. Final year of JSS. Ambition on fire. But everything fell apart when Amelia's sickness became worse, and she couldn't continue supporting her daughter. Life just scattered their journey. When the jet landed in Abuja, 3 black security trucks and 1 luxury SUV were already waiting. Everything screamed, money is talking. Meanwhile, in another part of the city, life was adding small sweetness to Lily and Amelia's hardship. Every morning would stop by the local food shop owned by Blessing Benson, a soft-hearted woman with a loud laugh and a mouth that never rested. Blessing loved Lily. Aha, Lily, fine girl. Come and help me sweep this place jaw. You're my assistant manager today. Lily would laugh, clean the place, wash plates, even help serve customers sometimes. And anytime she did something well, Blessing would clap her hands like she just won best student. Lily, you are such a good girl. If I had a daughter, I would want her to be just like you. Those words were medicine to Lily's tired young heart. At home, her mother Amelia, weak but hopeful, noticed the change. Lily laughed more now. She talked about stories Blessing told her. She even sang small songs Blessing taught her. Blessing sometimes visited their small room on weekends with food, biscuits, fruits, or even leftover stew from her shop. Every visit felt like a fresh breeze entering their dark, hopeless world. Amelia felt less alone, even though her body was failing her. Pain still held her hostage, but hope had returned in small doses. Neither Amelia nor Lily knew that Adams Thompson, Amelia's long-lost lover, was already in the city searching for them. After 1 week of fruitless searching, Adams returned to the old compound where he and Amelia once lived. He walked in slowly, scanning the place like someone watching the trailer of his own heartbreak movie. An elderly woman sitting outside looked up, squinted, then gasped, "Ah, Adams, is that you?" Adams almost hugged her out of shock. "Yes, ma'am. You remember me? Remember Key? You lived here with that fine girl, Amelia, long years ago." His heart skipped. "Please, please. Do you know where she is now?" The woman sighed the sigh of Nigerian elders who have seen too much. "My son, after you travelled, she discovered she was pregnant." What?" His eyes widened like Nepa just took light. "Pregnant," he whispered. "Yes," the woman nodded sadly. "She gave birth to a girl, a beautiful girl, but life hit her hard. She fell sick. Things got worse. She kept struggling until one day she packed up and left. Nobody knows where she went." Adams stood still, like someone paused him. Amelia had a child, a daughter, his daughter. He pressed a hand to his chest, trying to keep standing. "She left with the child?" he forced out. "Yes, my son, and she didn't tell anyone where she was going." Adams turned away, blinking rapidly. He wasn't just searching for the girl he loved anymore. He was searching for his family, his Amelia, his Lily, and he was not going to stop. That night, Adams sat in his massive mansion, expensive decor everywhere, but worry sat with him like an uninvited guest. His driver called back. "Sir, all the addresses you gave me, nobody knows any Amelia Thompson." Adams shut his eyes. Pain squeezed his chest. He imagined Amelia suffering. He imagined his daughter, his own blood, growing up without him. He whispered, "How many other women are going through this same pain? How many children are suffering like she did?" Right there, he made a decision. Even if he hadn't found Amelia yet, he would help women like her. "Look for remote hospitals," he told his driver. "I want to start donating immediately." The next morning, his driver sent him the address of a small hidden community clinic. Adams didn't waste time. He wore his jacket, stepped out, and entered his SUV. His convoy followed behind like a whole presidential movement. The deeper they drove into the remote area, the more the roads changed from city to village vibes. Dusty roads, old houses, scattered shops. "This place is really far," he muttered. "People here must be suffering." Then his stomach betrayed him. Groom! He pressed his hand on his stomach. "Ah, Adams, billionaire, but hunger no day respect money." He looked around. No fancy restaurant, no classy cafe, nothing. Then he saw it. A small, neat roadside food shop. Smoke rising from a big pot. A wooden bench outside. Clean but simple. He blinked. "God has answered my prayer." "Stop here," he said. And just like that, his destiny parked in front of Blessing Benson's food shop, where Lily worked. Blessing was wiping her table when she heard it. Broom! Not one car, not two cars. 6 full convoy vehicles marched into the street like they came to arrest poverty. The entire neighborhood froze. One man dropped his broom. A woman screamed, "Blood of Jesus who died." An Okada man parked and started recording. Even Blessing blinked twice. Ah, is President visiting my shop? The vehicle stopped directly in front of a humble shop. Then the back door of the black SUV opened slowly, gently, dramatically, like a movie, and a tall, handsome, well-packaged man stepped out. Fresh haircut, wristwatch shining like he swallowed electricity, suit looking like it was ironed by angels. This was Adams Thompson, the billionaire who left Nigeria years ago and came back with both money and muscles. Blessing swallowed hard. Ew, God, if this man mistakenly sneezes on me, my life will change. Adams wasn't even looking around. He was hungry and stressed, but something caught his eye. A girl. Not just any girl, a thin, dirty young girl, washing plates outside the shop with a seriousness that didn't match her age, soap water on her skirt, sweat on her forehead. But her eyes, sharp, determined. She washed those plates as if she was defending her PhD thesis. Adams paused. His heart slowed down. Because that girl reminded him of himself. Back when life used him to mop floor, wash plates, wash gutter, he walked closer. "What's your name?" Adams asked gently. The girl looked up, wiping her cheek with the back of her wet hand. "My name is Lily, sir. Lily Thompson." Adams blinked. Thompson? His own last name? Coincidence? Or heaven was trying to gist him something? Before he could ask another question, Blessing came out, smiling professionally like she had been expecting the president. "Good afternoon, sir. You're welcome to Blessing's Kitchen, where angels eat earthly food. What should I bring?" Adams chuckled softly, then pointed at Lily. "This young girl, why is she not in school? Today is Thursday, or Hopjil is their public holiday." Blessing's smile faded small. She sighed. "Sir, this girl is going through plenty things. Her mother, that woman, has tried. She single-handedly sent Lily to school until JSS 3 before one wicked sickness knocked her down. Since then, everything just scattered. No money, no hope, nothing." Adams looked at Lily again. Inside him something shifted. A quiet ache, a familiar guilt, a familiar shame, a familiar memory. Before he knew it, the words escaped his mouth. "I want to see her mother." Blessing leaned back suspiciously. "Sir, don't be annoyed, but I must ask, why? People don't just follow strangers in Lagos. Before we hear story." Adams raised his hands calmly. "I understand your fear. I'm not here for anything bad. I am planning to sponsor treatments for sick people in deep areas, build hospitals, help the needy. Your words touched me. Let me help." Blessing stared at him, then nodded slowly. "Okay, if your plan is pure, follow us." Blessing locked her shop. Lily held the hem of her faded skirt shyly. Adams signaled his driver. Blessing and Lily entered one of the SUVs. The people in the street screamed, "Ha! Blessing has blown! She don't follow billionaire! God, when?" Even the pot of jollof rice felt jealous. They drove through narrow roads that looked like poverty was renting the place monthly. Finally they arrived. A cracked building. Broken windows, no electricity. The walls were tired of standing. "This is where we stay," Lily whispered. Adams felt something heavy grab his chest. He stepped inside and froze. There on a thin mattress, breathing slowly, eyes half closed, body weak like forgotten laundry, lay Amelia Thompson. His Amelia, his love from years ago, the only woman he ever loved. The only woman he left behind, the woman he searched for all over the world, the woman he thought he had lost forever. He staggered. "Amelia?" he whispered shakily. Her eyelids moved. She slowly opened her eyes, and when she saw him, she froze too. "Adams?" she whispered. That was it. Destiny did not only knock, it broke the door. Adams rushed forward like a madman. "Guards, carry her! Gently! We're going to a hospital now!" The guards obeyed instantly. Lily panicked and grabbed Blessing's hand. "Auntie Blessing, are we going with them?" Blessing nodded, voice shaking. "Yes, my child, we're not leaving your mother." They all entered the vehicles. The convoy sped off. This time, not for show, for survival. Doctors ran left. Nurses ran right. Machines beeped like traffic jam. After hours, the doctor came out. "Sir, her condition is terrible, but not hopeless. She needs a kidney transplant immediately." Adams didn't even blink. Test me. If mine matches, take it. I don't care how fast you need it done. Move. Within days, documents cleared, bills paid, arrangements made like magic. Amelia was flown abroad, and when tests came out, Adams was a match. He donated one of his kidneys. The surgery took hours that felt like years, but at the end, both of them survived. A week later, Amelia opened her eyes in her hospital ward. Adams walked in slowly, still recovering, still wincing, still bandaged, but smiling. She gasped softly. "You gave me your kidney?" Adams sat beside her and took her weak hand gently. "Amelia, I didn't just give you a kidney. I would have given you my lungs too if that's what you needed." Amelia's eyes shimmered. "Why did you leave me, Adams? Why didn't you call? I waited for you. I cried for you. And I was pregnant. Lily is your daughter." Adams shut his eyes painfully. "I didn't abandon you, Amy. I was robbed a few days after I arrived abroad. Phone gone. Contacts gone. I didn't know your number offhand," he chuckled sadly. "In fact, I barely remembered my own number." Amelia blinked, tears falling. He continued softly. "I washed plates in a Chinese restaurant to survive. Then I found an online tech course. I studied like a madman, sleepless nights. Eventually, I built software with a few friends. It blew. Money came, connections came, success came, but I still felt empty." His voice cracked. "Because I didn't have you." Amelia covered her face and cried quietly. He pulled her hand down gently. "And when I found out you had a child, my child, I told myself I would search this whole country until I found you both." She sobbed harder. "Where is Lily? Is she fine?" Adams smiled warmly. "She's at my house with Blessing, eating better than she has eaten in years." Amelia let out a long, shaky breath. For the first time in years, she felt safe. She felt seen. She felt loved again. And Adams squeezed her hand gently. "You and Lily will never suffer another day in this life. Not while I'm breathing." Hello viewers, thank you for staying with us till this moment. If your chest was tight, your eyes got watery, or you smiled at any point, just know you're officially part of this family. Life is truly unpredictable. One simple act of kindness changed everything for Lily, her mother Amelia, and even Blessing Benson. Destiny has a funny way of connecting people we never expect. Moral lessons. 1. Kindness does not waste. Blessing helped Lily when nobody was looking, and that single kindness opened doors she never imagined. 2. Never give up on people you love. Adam searched for Amelia for years. Even when life scattered everything, love still found its way. 3. Your situation today is not your final bus stop. Amelia went from almost dying to living her dream life. Just hold on. The story can still change. 4. Help people even when you are not rich. Blessing had little, yet she shared it. Sometimes the help you give becomes the ladder that lifts you too. 5. God will always send the right people at the right time. Lily was not abandoned. Destiny positioned her helpers exactly when she needed them. If you enjoyed this story even one bit, like this video, drop your thoughts in the comment section in your own language. Share this video with someone who needs hope today. And most importantly, subscribe to join the family. More shocking, emotional, dramatic, and heart-touching stories are coming. Don't miss the next episode. If you want